Hello friends, we are going to work on the very ending of the song Belle. So I'm starting from the moment in the song where, hold on, you guys all re-enter the stage. So if you remember, ensemble exits the stage after you do the moment of following her with your arm and then following her with your head, and then you like sing something about Belle, and then you all exit the stage. Gaston and LeFou and Silly Girls have their moment, and then you come back on the stage at your cue, which is, do you remember? He's such a tall, dark, strong, and handsome brute. You come back in. So don't forget that. So you walking back in, and what you're going to do is, unless you are a soloist, which I will address the soloists in a moment, you are going to just be milling about the stage like we did at practice last Saturday. So you're just like wandering and walking, you know, all around, and remembering to fill in the gaps where there's gaps, remembering to change up your pace. If people around you are walking slow, you walk fast, vice versa, be your character. And you're gonna be walking around until everyone sings towards the very end of the song. Look, there she goes, a girl who's strange but special. That's when you're gonna go back to your beginning spots, or you stay in the very beginning of the song. So you have quite a few measures to mill about. Something you should know is that as you're walking around, Belle and Gaston are going to be just randomly weaving through the crowd. And remember how we feel about Belle. So we like give a reaction, or like this whole song we're singing about Belle, but if she's walking by, we might give a reaction of like moving away from her or not liking her. But think about how your character feels about Gaston. Do they love Gaston? Do they hate Gaston? Do they think he's full of himself? Do they worship the ground he walks on? So you have two characters that might be walking past you, and also LeFou, who's following Gaston. So you could think about how your character feels about LeFou as well. So as they're walking through the crowd, if they walk past you, give some sort of reaction, like, oh, or, oh. Don't steal a moment or make it big, or like get in their way, or try to, you know, stop and have a conversation with Gaston or Belle or LeFou, but do some sort of reaction when they walk past you, if they do walk past you, okay? Good job. So, ensembles milling about. Soloists. I have written down what you're going to do. So basically, I'm going to tell you right now, soloist, if you are going to be saying your solo line that you sing on the stage right side of the stage or the stage left side of the stage. Make sure you mark it down right now, because what the soloists do is you're just going to step forward on the side of the stage I tell you. So just like when you're milling about, make sure you end up where you need to be to step forward, either stage right or stage left. And all you're going to do is step forward onto the pine. So exit the black part of the stage, step onto the pine, sing your line, and then walk the opposite direction. So right now, let's say this is stage left. You would, yes, this is stage left. So you would step forward. If I tell you stage left, sing your line and then walk across the pine and then turn back and join the ensemble, just milling about. Let's say you are told stage right, so then you'll step out of the crowd onto the pine, stage right, sing your line, move across, go back into the crowd. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So what it will look like is a bunch of people stepping like to the corners of the crowd, so like just not center, just like stage right, like the middle of the stage right or stage left, like sections of seating. Sam in the middle of those, in line with the middle of those sections of seating. Does that make sense? I hope so. So, so I'm looking at the section Make sure you know who you are, who sings this. So this is right after the Silly Girls. He's such a tall, dark, strong and handsome brute. Pardon, may we? What lovely grapes, 10 yards, excuse me. Bonjour, good day, you call this bacon, all those lines, okay? So at the very end, towards the end of the song. It's measure 241 in the score, but I'm sure it's just like one of the last paragraphs in your script. So whoever says bonjour, right after such a tall, dark, strong and handsome brute. Bonjour person, you are going to step forward stage right, say bonjour, a walk across stage left. And these are all so fast, guys, that it's like boom, 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 boom. The audience won't even like register what's going on, but you guys will. And so you might need to cross during Gaston. If you don't exit stage right, you might need to just exit stage right so that you can re-enter stage right to say your bonjour. Belle, you're going to say your good day, I guess like the stage left-ish side of the stage, which would make sense because that's where you just were. You were on stage left and then you turned and joined into the crowd. So you're not going to step forward though, Belle and Gaston, to say your things. You're just going to be mic'd and saying them as you're milling about. And then you call this bacon is stage right. So that person as well, you might want to exit in that earlier exit stage right so that you can re-enter to say that stage right. Okay. Whoever says some cheese is going to be stage left. What lovely grapes is going to be stage right. 10 yards is stage left. 1 pound is stage right. Gaston, you say your excuse me through the crowd. You'll be mic'd, doesn't matter. I'll get the knife is stage left. This bread is stage right. It's stale. You're still stage right. Madame's mistaken is all the men. So just all the men sing that as you're walking about. And then all the women sing, well, maybe so. Those are not your notes. And then you all sing, good morning. Belle, you're going to sing, there must be more than this provincial life, except it's slower than the tempo I just did. You're going to just sing that right at center on the pine. So just move, escape the crowd, be center on the pine, singing that line. Gaston's quickly approaching you. And Belle, what you'll do is you're going to sing that portion, it must be more than this provincial life on the pine, and then you're just going to walk to the stage right steps. Like, I don't think you'll actually go down the steps, but just like get really near the steps. So you're like far from the crowd. And Gaston, you are like kind of following her, but you're not going to go all the way to the steps. So you're going to be like on the pine, approaching stage right with the crowd behind you. We'll get back to you in one moment. Let's just readdress the crowd. So crowd, you're just singing and walking, good morning, good morning. And then you do it again, oh good, and then you harmonize, morning. Those are definitely not your notes. Then you sing, look there she goes, a girl who's strange but special, a most peculiar mademoiselle. It's a pity and a sin, she doesn't quite fit in. So you are going to be in your opening spots. So maybe you're like walking to them when you're singing your harmonies on good morning. And then you're all in your opening spots, whatever those were. Belle has moved herself down by the steps. Gaston, you were like on the pine, stage right, LeFou behind Gaston. During good morning, you're gonna step back into group 1, which is the stage right side of people, and we'll give you spots in that group. That group was like the most lacking of having members standing in it, so you and LeFou will fill that out. So you will move back on good morning. And then it's look there she goes, a girl who's strange but special. You are singing that opening part to the audience. Look there she goes, a girl who's, and then you have the words strange and the words special. On the word strange, look to one neighbor, does not matter which side, and say strange but special, the other neighbor. If you look to a neighbor and they're not looking back at you, just look at their shoulder or their back. It's fine. I just want the stage to look like a bunch of people going like this and like this, or like this and like this. Okay? So look there she goes, a girl who's strange but special, a most peculiar mademoiselle. Now hold on, I'm putting myself, yes, okay. So Belle, when they're singing, look there she goes, a girl who's strange but special, you were on the stage right near the steps. You're slowly walking, you should be like right around, walking back towards stage left, so crossing in front of the ensemble on the pine, and you should be right about center when they say the word special. And then you're not gonna stop, you're just gonna like be there and then continue walking to stage left, like towards the Pennsylvania flag. And the ensemble is singing a most peculiar mademoiselle. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to, I think we did this earlier in the song, like follow her with your hand. A most peculiar mademoiselle, it's a pity and a sin, she doesn't quite fit in. Women, on It's a Pity and a Sin, you are going to put your hands on your knees. It's a pity and a sin, and you're singing that right to the audience. And then gentlemen, you're gonna go, she doesn't quite fit in. So there's only a few guys in the crowd, so I want that to be men plus any females who are singing a male part. Okay, because that will look a little bit better. So if you can still, girls, so it'll look like all women put their hands on their knees and then all the guys plus a couple girls go, she doesn't quite fit in. Let me write that, okay. So it'll be like, it's a pity and a sin, she doesn't quite fit in, and you're holding your hands on your knees while they sing, she doesn't quite fit in, shrug, then your arms go back down. 'Cause she's different from the, is that what it is? 'Cause she really is a funny girl, a beauty but a funny girl. She really is a funny girl, that Belle. What I want you to do within your groups, so remember how we're standing in group 1, group 2, and group 3. You are going to go to new spots, which is interesting to do virtually, but here's how it's gonna go. Everyone who's in, all you're gonna do, you're staying in your groups, anyone who's standing on the front of the stage is just going to move to the back of the stage. Anyone who is on the back of the stage is going to move to the front of the stage. If you were like kind of in the middle, you can just choose where it looks like it's lacking. If there's needs to be people in the back or there needs to be people in the front, then you'll do that. And you have to be in your new spot when you sing she really is a funny girl. So you sing she really is a funny girl, a beauty but a funny girl, and then you say again she really is a funny girl. So like the final time you say she really is a funny girl, that's when you need to be in your new spot. So you're walking, you're singing a beauty but a funny girl, she really is a funny girl. Your hold girl for like a long time, for 12 counts, but I doubt we'll sing it that long, but that's the goal, that's what the score says. You will be turning, really is a funny girl, you're turning, and we're gonna part the Red Sea once again, so just split it down the middle. So Belle, while they're singing that, they're singing she really is a funny girl, a beauty bitty funny girl, she really is a funny girl. You are going to cross up, like right up against the stage left curtains, go all the way back, come back to way up stage center, and then you're just gonna walk down center like you did earlier in the song. Everyone, when you sing that bell, you're raising your hand up. No, not all the way up, just like about this yay high, pointing at her. Actually, just with your hand motioning to her. That bell, dun, da, 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 da. And then she's going to end downstage center. And when we're together, I will put you into a pose around her. Can't really do that right now virtually because I don't see you all, but just know we're going to form like a big happy clump behind her. I have in my script that Belle's gonna sit down on the apron on the front of the stage, feet hanging off the stage, and I think I will stick with that. But we'll finalize that in person. Belle/ensemble, Belle reading her book, and ensemble like. I did have originally that you guys were gonna turn into a pose behind her. I don't think we'll do that, but just put that on your radar that might be something that we do. Okay, good. So come back together. If you're watching this apart from the Zoom rehearsal, then that's it. But if you're watching this part of the Zoom rehearsal, come back to Zoom now and we will chat about it, okay?